Welcome to Christian Statesman. I'm your host, Zach Wagner, and this is episode 65, The Three Theories About Trump. According to the mainstream news and other critics, the Trump era is behind us. Just another chapter for the history books. That point is debatable, as many independent media sources maintain Trump is still in a position of considerable influence, and exactly what that position is remains to be seen. Either way, what might the history books eventually say about Trump? Who is he really? We certainly could not obtain any sort of accurate picture from the media. Their coverage of him is biased, agenda-driven, and outright false. Too many lies and half-truths to form any sort of reliable picture. Just look at the Washington Post's recent reversal on fabricated Georgia comments attributed to Trump as one of the numerous examples. If we are to look at Trump and his presidency objectively, there are three theories that attempt to describe who Trump really is and what he actually sought to accomplish. Each of these theories may hold some kernel of truth in conjunction with the others, but only one of them can describe the overriding intentions of the Trump presidency. These three theories are comprised of Trump the egomaniac, Trump the globalist plant, and Trump the liberator. Let's look at each theory. Trump the egomaniac is easiest for most to get their arms around. According to this view, Trump was a bored businessman who needed the ultimate accomplishment to assuage his insatiable ego. Nothing short of the presidency would satisfy his appetite for his own glory. This theory asserts Trump was in it for himself and his family, to elevate their name and feed at the trough of crony capitalism so many other politicos had fed at for so long. This would paint him as a Biden or Clinton type, except on steroids, seeking only to corrupt the office while enhancing his personal brand and lining his own pockets. If he could cause some other career or corrupt politicos or the media to lose face, so much the better. Any other interests of the country were subordinate to his own ego-driven agenda. Trump the globalist plant has merit if you view the fruits of a Trump presidency as disruption and division. Under this theory, Trump assumes office under the guise of draining the swamp and representing the average man. He proceeds to reveal the corruption of all institutions, sacred or profane, and raises the ire of the American people to the shocking reality that their representatives are working more for international special interests than any agenda associated with we the people. Trump proceeds to insult his way through office, blasting Democrats and Republicans with equal alacrity, revealing deep schisms already within the government, and convinces many people of the difficulty of our current situation. However, though poised as the representative of the people, he does not actually offer any viable solutions, but stirs division to weaken the country and, based on those divisions, makes us rife for decay and an eventual acquiescence to an international world order. In short, Trump is the catalyst to foment a weakened and divided America, not an agent of any reform for any renewed greatness of America. The third theory is Trump the liberator. Under this theory, Trump was the person approached by our military under the leadership of the Council of 200 Generals over 20 years ago. As elements within our military have watched civilian government slowly degrade constitutional principle and preside over the theft of our nation's wealth, they see a potential end to America on the horizon. As China and other countries make deep inroads into our political structure, corporate influence, technology, and bureaucracy, we see America rapidly reaching a tipping point of insolvency and eventual collapse. Trump is further tasked with ending the corporation of the United States, an alleged unconstitutional entity supposedly formed in 1871. This includes terminating the actions of the Federal Reserve and other quasi-governmental agencies in taking control of the wealth and currency of the nation. Trump, in cooperation with other anti-deep state patriots, is meant to tear down this structure and restore a purely constitutional entity. This is purposed to break the grasp of international banking cartels on the nation before they can loot the country for its remaining wealth. Trump's Make America Great Again mantra is primarily referring to reversing this agenda, as well as more superficial applications. Under this theory, Trump is the front man in league with patriots throughout the military and those few in Congress who had not been compromised to break the hold of this structure and reset the country to a new gold standard currency under NESARA and quantum financial system auspices. And according to this theory, this work is still underway and has not yet been completed. Which theory do you believe best describes Donald Trump? If your sum of political understanding comes from the mainstream media, the first theory seems more likely, though I know few truly wealthy people who would even go near the cauldron of modern politics. It is guaranteed to alienate half of your customer base no matter how you govern. If you have studied and understand the influence of the international banking system on the United States, you will likely subscribe to one of the other two theories. They would classify Trump as either a white hat or a black hat in disguise. Which one will prove accurate? Only time, and perhaps the authors of history, will tell. Thank you for joining us today. Please subscribe, and as always, have a blessed day.